early stream for possibly one of the most, I don't know where I'm going with this. I was gonna say neglected, not from the developers, but from us. It has been a very, very, very long time, and the game has gotten quite a few updates. We haven't checked it out since like November. So I think it's time to check it out. Here we go. Oh, I'm gonna put this in chat in case anyone does need it, because it's in the description. But whoa, hold on, wait. Interesting. Does Studlands have? Wait, don't you need a verified account for this? This was interesting. I was gonna hop in, but I found something interesting. I got the quote-unquote let's chat. Enable chat with voice to talk with others in this experience. Or hop it in. Don't you need to have like a ID connected? Check this out. Consent to Roblox's collection, use, and storage of my voice recording to enable voice services and for moderation, safety, and improvement of our services and tools. Yeah, I'm joining without the voice chat. I don't think we're using voice chat with this one. Morning indeed. Potentially one of the only games that we can have the music on. This is the button I'm looking for. I think we need a full experience. And Flaggy is gonna ruin the experience. I kind of want to go in with a fresh setup to kind of see what the game actually has nowadays. Let's see. Fishing rod for 10,000. The game is quiet, a little bit more quiet than what I remember. Now, but if you need help on me, it's surprisingly a stream during a normal time for me. It's a normal time for you, but it is a wild time for me. I'm a wise QB. Ask me anything. How do I start out? Any tips? No, we don't need tips. I was hoping it was a quest giver, but it looks like he's a guide. The guide is alright. Keybinds. Q is for the rolling. It's not directional, is it? It is. Okay, we're good. Brain rot. Everyone else is considered brain rot. We have a... is that a quest? Crystal in the mines, except... One of the main things I want to compare, to the older versions at least, is the amount of grind. Where are the mines? It's just on... the... which way is it? Oh, on my left. Who's left? There we go. It's kind of interesting of a setup. It isn't fully linear, but it's also not fully... what's it called? Open. It's kind of a half and half. That was it? That's no way that's it. That was it, I suppose. It looks like a lot of bricks in that one little spot, if so. There's a hole here. I don't think there's supposed to be a hole here. Alright, let's go back. To NPCs most important. I think the world gives the illusion of linear when it's not truly linear. It's just the order of the quests and the setup of the world design. Real? Wait, didn't I do that? Hey! Do I still have that? I still have that. Is that just a repeatable? It's repeatable, but do we get anything? I got nothing for it, didn't I? Repeatable quest. What'd I get from it? Knight's Crystal. Okay, never mind. I got that. I see, I see. I thought it would give some EXP or something. Get an item that may or may not be used in the future. Oh, if it's not going to be used in the future, then I'm just doing a repeatable quest for nothing. Wait, no. I have the idea that it's... it's a completion on completion. It's not a return system. That's why I keep on going to the anvil. Okay, we're just going to ignore the one in our pocket. It's completely different now, isn't it? Yeah. So... oh. We can't get one yet, can we? Oh! The combat feels better. It feels way, way better. More responsive. You have basic tools in your inventory, by the way. Do I actually? I'm checking out gear and it just says trusty sword. Items, accessories, armor. Gear, trusty sword. Items, night crystal. Boom, 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 boom. Never mind, that's a bug. I'll give them. Need to fix that. I did a little reset data at the beginning, so I wonder if that was just an oversight. It would make sense if they have a check if player is new, give items. But if it doesn't have a check for if player resets data, give tools, considering it's a recent update. So that would make sense. That would make way more sense. These little dudes give nothing, do they? They give 8 EXP? I don't know. Yeah, check that out. We have the particles for currency, but we don't have any currency at all. Copper stud. Copper stud. Silver stud. EXP. Mini mouses. We should have tools now. A little bit of cheese. Does it work? I wonder what the setup is for the debounce. It feels as if we're hitting. We can see the little flashy effects, but sometimes the numbers don't decrease, so I'm wondering about that. I have way too much EXP now. I think the game still has problems. We're not leveling. I wonder if that is because of the data reset that I did. 30 out of 10 EXP with no level up. I'm wondering if it's reading off of old player data connected and it hasn't basically replaced what's old. I think resetting things might be a bit buggy. Would you mind resetting the servers? You don't need to leave for it, by the way. go ahead. What I'm thinking is happening is that the reset data was added a little bit later, but there was no checks on it happening for all of the data to be reread or replaced. That's silly. Very, very silly. I wonder if it fixed anything. I have my doubts. Here we go. Let's just... Oh, wait. Okay. We still have these. Let's go kill something and let's see if we level up. I think it's a server storage issue. Maybe not server storage, but player data. If you kill an enemy now, it should reset. Bet. Health doesn't regen naturally now, does it? Combat looks really, really nice now. We leveled up multiple times, leather, copper sword. Okay, sweet. It works now. I wonder what the issue was. I guess the server itself just wasn't updating or registering the change. And then cleaning up. That's just my speculation. That is oh so silly. It's kind of wild how much HP we get for just a few levels. We're at 103. We were pretty low. I don't know how low we were. We were pretty low. I'm looking for the... There's no more stats. There's no more skill points. Skill points removed for... What would they be called? Statuses? They wouldn't be called traits. Armor stats. I suppose armor stats is the better wording. Yeah, replace with armor boost stats and stuff. Alright. So now the only way we're gonna get buff is by crafting a set of armor and grabbing a new weapon. The QB feels wildly strong. To heal, you should go buy food, Cube Town. Zero studs. We've made 0 cash killing stuff. Wooden key, copper stud. We keep on getting the sound effect for studs being obtained. But I don't think we've actually obtained any cash. Oh! We're ruined. Obliterated. Most armor sets are dropped from enemies right now. By the way, you need to sell your studs to the pawn. What? That's an interesting way to go about it. We have to sell these to get cash. That's a very, very interesting way to do it. I'm gonna be honest with you, it just feels a little bit broken with that in place. Maybe not broken, but it feels like a workaround for a broken mechanic. Every other game that uses a currency system will just give you the currency. Well, I take that back. Fantastic Frontier is the outlier. Fantastic Frontier relies on enemy drops, and then those enemy drops get sent to the merchant, be it whichever one you go to. Then you sell those. But selling a currency for a currency just sounds very silly. You can sell anything. Though the studs are just a side thing. It tripped over. I guess the naming is the thing that I'm getting connected on. I don't know, I thought making the system like this would be cool. The feature to make currency drop from enemies still exists though, just not used. It's definitely cool, but having 2 studs, the naming setup is what I'm getting hung up on. Because it sounds like this is the currency dropped from the enemy, and then we have to sell the currency to get actual pocket currency. It's the naming setup. Instead of a actual material resource. It's a material resource. I see how that gets set. But when you think about like fantasy, if you kill a wolf, you can obtain wolf hide or wolf claws, and then those could be sold to a merchant for gold coins or something. That makes more sense of a connection. But I think the naming just gets me a little bit confused. Level 6. HP has gone up by 2. Fuzzy pants. No way. Wait, where are the fuzzy pants? Jump boost and speed boost. Okay. Damage boost plus 3. Where does that come? That's just natural? Okay, small boost. Very, very small. Nothing alive. I would kill the cylinder, but the cylinder would probably ruin me. Cylinder, man. We'll take the quest for now. Mini cubies. That cube just wants us to drop kick children. QB bandit. One's got a firearm. 5 cubies. That one's a normal one. I don't think I can use these yet, can I? Before watching song, did Studlands have a part in this stream being so dead? It is the time that we have chosen to stream. We're in morning schedule right now, so it is most likely going to be dead, as everyone's usually in the night schedule. You can ledge grab on ledges, by the way, if you double tap space. Interesting. Oh yeah, I saw about the ledge grab. It's 2 p.m. If we add... Okay, so if we add to our normal setup, that would be practically 2 a.m. for our nighttime schedule. That is wild. That makes a lot... What? That's super late. I know why the weekends are popular now. Feet 3 field mousies. Cool. We're just grabbing all of the quests at this point. I don't know. It feels a little bit barren compared to the previous version. Somehow. We've got like 1 field mousey here. We got one down there. Maybe we're just in a dead spot. There's a few resources like that ore vein there. We don't have any method of healing, so I'm just running it. You night stream at 2 a.m.? Nah, I was thinking about adding 12 onto our current time and then taking the comment as a time value. To get a rough estimate. About 2 a.m. would be for chat member. Leather. Copper stud. That's wild. And then add 3 on top of that. That's 5 a.m. It's just fun trying to get an idea of what time zones and what times the streams are for everyone. We got a fuzzy shirt. There we go. Okay, hear me out. This is me being an idiot, but it makes more sense to have everything in one backpack, doesn't it? Like, this is alright and this is fine, but I kind of feel like one backpack could get the job done. If you put the armor and accessories top here, move the search bar a little bit over perhaps or under, and then you can have the armor here, stats here, and your equipped here. Maybe you would have to enlarge it. It makes sense having it like this, definitely, where you can see the stats, the player stats, the loadout. But I don't know, it kind of feels like you could toss those. That's just me being an idiot. Systems collide. We'd have to rescript like half the game. Wild. Just for inventory display and UI? The hit direction is still goofy as hell, but better than the last time. Definitely better. It just kind of feels like the D-bounce is a little bit silly this time for the lingering effect. You know what? I didn't think about that. After we killed this mouse. Like right there, that second to last hit didn't register, but that last one did. I wanted to see the animation. The animation does look a little bit low, but it should hit. These really should hit regardless. But yeah, it does feel better. Way, way better. Last time it wouldn't hit for like 75% of the time. Now it feels like it's maybe 10% of the time it doesn't hit. Feels nicer, but it's kind of silly. Speed and jump boost. Cool stuff. Is this some RPG game? This is indeed an RPG game. Hop into the world, kill some cubes, get some armor, get weapons, upgrade your gear, craft some stuff. It's got quite a bit of stuff. I would recommend checking it out if you're curious about an adventure or RPG game. It's got quite a bit. We're checking it out to see what has been updated, what has been added, how it plays. But it is open. It is open, so feel free to hop on in. I'm looking around. That section back there definitely felt a little bit barren. Over here, it's definitely way more populated. Tons of enemies over here. We got the huge golem over there, or knight. 3 bees are in sight already. I don't know if that one's not an enemy. The orb over there. That one's an enemy. Yeah, this area feels way more populated. Shovel, pickaxe. We'll just toss these in. We have those keys. I don't know what they're for yet. Not enough particle anime spam. It's kind of silly. It feels like the hit register. Oh, that was interesting. As it was fading, there was collision. That, Our pickaxe feels very, very small. So like right there, we kind of missed. Every other hit doesn't register. I wonder if it's the detection of it or if it's something else. That didn't hit. Yeah, there's still some issue with the hit register. Still a little bit goofy. It's concerning when it comes down to the tools not registering. There we go. We're gonna ignore those ones over there. We still have all of these. Bandits, cubies. 0 of 10 of the minis. Regular 1. One track it. The UI is kind of huge. Does it still have the same issue here? This one has great register. I do wonder if it's a model. The axe did fine. I don't know if we need these resources. That one's not. That one's not. Could have sworn there was stuff like this. I guess that's brass. Glass I would assume we would need from like that. Is it or is it not? I don't know if it is because of the registering. It's hard to determine what is real and what's not real now. Because that looks practically the same as that. Wait, no, shovel. Shovel for sound and gravel. Shovel makes more sense, but you gotta admit, it looks like a pile of rocks, doesn't it? Alright. That makes way more sense now. I guess I was way too fixated on the pickaxe being the main tool. Looks like sulfur. I gotta agree. Kind of struck me as such. It's kind of got a green hue. A little bit with a dry yellow mixed in for the coloration. It's not like a bright yellow for a sand. It's a little bit on the drier side. Hopefully we can craft something. I haven't even looked at the recipes. So I don't exactly know what we need, what we have, and what we can get. Iron ore. We have stone, sand, zinc. I don't know how we got zinc. A stinger. We have everything except what we need. Copper ingot we could possibly get. Gear, we still gotta make a full blade. Revolver is split into different pieces. I don't think we can use copper. I'm trying to see if we can use the copper to make something else. Yeah, copper is zinc for brass. But then does the brass go into anything? The brass goes into the handles. We're gonna need iron regardless. Alright, we got a huge list. Is this one decoration? I was thinking stone. Okay, this one's just registering. A little bit silly. There we go. Copper. Now we should just need a little bit of iron. Game kind of reminds me of Voxel Blade. It's got a similar design, similar style. There's no sand here. We do have this. So we'll just grab it and we'll go. I wonder how much of the game is resource based now. It feels pretty hefty given that we have to craft everything individually, parts wise. It was like that in the past, but it kind of feels overwhelming now. Just a little bit. Decoration or real? This one's real. There we go. I'm kind of inclined to get a better tool set. Because if we're gonna need tools for everything, it might actually be a good investment. Iron ingots, stick, and twine. Do we have twine? I don't know how we're gonna get twine. Items? Items. From paper. Paper from oak. So then we just need a bunch of logs. Despite... I think that's gonna be our only one. We have that little dude over there. There we go. I'm grabbing this. Pretty much deforestation. Well, those trees are already ruined, so... maybe not deforestation. We're just cleaning up the remaining. There's no way... That's a resource that we need, but... I don't think there's any way we're getting up there. Maybe. Maybe we are. No, I don't think we are. Actually, there's a segment up there. Is that just the town? That might just be the town, isn't it? Hold on, hold on. We could go up here. That's probably the town and I'm taking the worst route. Yeah, it looks like I'm taking the worst route. That doesn't look doable. Going in a huge circle. I was hoping we could have gone from the front, but... it didn't have a connecting point. We're back here. We definitely saw the town. Didn't we? That dude's got an explosive on him. There's no opening to look into. Alright, at least we got this. We took a huge journey just to get this. I would go after him, but we got 11 HP. Really not much. Was there an opening? There is! I'm just blind. I gotta admit, the game feels way more low tone. A little bit more on the casual side. Compared to other adventure games, RPGs. Can I get anything for these? We have some cash now, but I don't know if we can actually get anything useful. We can get... That's rough. I know you can sell anything in this game, but... that's looking rough. Keys sell for 2 apiece. They're the best item we have to sell. I don't know if we need those. All of these sell for barely anything. Stone sells for a lot. Yeah, the Roblox UI did get an update. I don't know about these food prices. They're pretty expensive. Lettuce surprisingly goes for a low amount. That doesn't look like lettuce. It looks like a leaf. Or a little blade of grass. That's... heal amount. The heal amount is only 12. Wait, why wouldn't you just get lettuce? Lettuce is 5 per, heals for... well, okay, never mind. My math is wrong. The carrot makes sense, though. The carrot's 20 for 12, and the banana's 35 for 12. $15. That's actually a better deal. If you buy 5 of them, it's 20. That would be 20, and you get 15 heal amount. Used to make dough. There is recipes, but I don't know if it's worth it. Do we even have a little cauldron here or something? I don't see an area for cooking. I'm still looking around because it feels odd that a town like this wouldn't have a spot for cooking. Crafting, there's one in Cube Plains. Glass cup. Okay. Definitely not gonna be there. This one's alright. It's just a little silly that, you know, a main town doesn't have one. Meals? I kind of wish we could see the value of these, because we're really going in blind, adding baked potato and salt. Salt? How are we even getting salt? There is so much. Salt rock, milk to cheese, potato, baked potato, dough, wheat, bread. I don't know if the bread on its own would heal much. Four potatoes? Let's find a basic recipe. Tomato, lettuce, frog. Cheese, iron ingot, cheese platter. I don't know if an iron ingot is the best of ideas for a platter, but I guess that's something. A lot of these are elaborate. It's not bad, it's just overwhelming. I kind of want to use baked potatoes to get an idea of what we're doing. Sugar. Dough and a chocolate bar. I don't know how we're getting a chocolate bar. Sugar cookies used to be popular. They heal for 15 and the recipe is pretty cheap. Dough and sugar. How do we get sugar? Sugar from sugarcane. I would assume an axe. Silly lands. Silly lands indeed. This is not the sugarcane I had hoped it was. You need to buy scissors? Okay, let's go check out a price. We're still on 11 HP. There's no natural healing. Tool shop. Aw. I'll accept that one. 100.
Still waiting for that drunk stream song.
Never gonna happen. Stone doesn't sell for as much as I remember. Now it does? What? No, never mind. It doesn't. Why does that do that? There's a display issue, I think. It's the stinger. Whenever you hover over an individual item, it's getting the last value. Yeah. It's popping up the last value. So these are valued at 1. These are Okay, that makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. It starts at 2, goes up to 5, then to 7, then to 10. Is it doing 2.5 studs per? And it's just not displaying the 0.5? That wouldn't make sense because it goes up to 7. No, it goes up to 5. That makes sense. The 7 is off of the stinger. I was about to sell a huge haul of stones. It would have been a very, very bad idea. You know what? I just had an idea. These sell for 2 apiece, but items, paper, craft. We need paper regardless, so this is fine. These sell 2 apiece, but you can make 4 of these. I think we found our ticket to some financial freedom. The only problem is that wood is pretty painful to obtain. Because it feels like it's pretty rare now. Not rare as in it's insanely difficult to obtain, but God, is it very, very spaced out. Like there's no wood in sight here. With paper, we double our cash. There's no wood. There's no wood at all. We're in the worst biome. Grand beehive. Honey key required. There's still no wood. There's stone. That's cool. What is that? Great meals, great prices. I don't know if that's a great meal or a great price. That's horrible. That's so bad. Wonder if you ever considered streaming Roblox one day. That'd be interesting. Maybe one day. Maybe. I'm looking for a route. A route over to the chest in hopes that we can open it with a copper key. We're near the side quest. What is this? Froggy Pants. Froggy Pants is possibly one of the most reasonably priced items we've seen so far. Speed boost, jump boost, haste, and agility for just a little bit reduction of resistance for 50 studs makes sense for an armor piece. Revolver barrel, arrows, bee fur, and then fuzzy hat. The fuzzy hat we could probably get from the little dudes that we were fighting a bit ago. Alright, we can't make that. No way we're making that jump. I don't know if it's worth going up there. There's a chest up there. Wouldn't be horrible. But it might be a horrible waste of time. It's interesting how you can... Yeah, it's interesting how the game is structured. It doesn't feel like an RPG now. It kind of feels like a playground in an odd way. Because right now, we're kind of in a fantasy world, but we got this little side area here that we can take the opportunity to either waste time or to potentially hit it. Maybe not hit it big, but a small financial gain. I don't think I've ever played an adventure game that completely removed the adventure in a particular segment. Let me try to explain that. It doesn't feel like we're playing the same game right now with the same narrative. Usually the setup has its own style throughout the game, but somehow the disconnect of the balance kind of feels skewed. Does this do nothing? I don't think this does anything. Here we go. Okay, the copper key definitely doesn't work here. You need a flower key for the chest. Awesome. I was trying to think about it, but thinking about it a little bit more, one of the points was going to be Fantastic Frontier, the deli. That's a pretty big disconnect of the adventure from the main game, but it's still in a kind of situated area that has the style represented in it and the enemies surrounding it to where it's not fully disconnected. I don't know. Maybe it's the casual pacing of the game getting to me. What do I do with copper keys? There's this anime called Danger in Your Heart or something. Never seen it, but I'm addicted to the second opening. Cool stuff. I started watching a show. I forgot what it was called. Let me try and find it. It's a weird show. It's a very, very weird show. It's about gods or otherworldly beings fighting a war that's they kind of got situated in. It's pretty cool. Ishura. I think that's what it's called. It's interesting. It's getting interesting now. Small little mouse. I don't even know if we have the mouse quest. I don't know if the quests are actually that good. We're not making it at all financially. What's that, dude? Oh, the quest isn't repeatable. QB Bandit. QB Bandit's attacks are going through the absolute walls. I don't know if it's worth fighting. It's worth fighting because I think we have a quest, but it's all of the attacks are coming from nowheres. Okay, we can definitely kill it. We can kill it. I think we had the quest for it. Bandit? Bandit. That should be it. It's not what I expected, I suppose. It keeps on falling over. We leveled up. We have 9 over health now. Level 10. Did we lose cash? We're at 57. I could have sworn we were at 60. I could have forgot about something. Did I get anything? I don't know if I got anything. There was a lot that popped up. We got these. That's cool. Here we go. A small little mouse. I think we're just going for the hat at this point, but they're not really worth fighting. Despite them having a pretty alright drop, I really don't know if they're worth it. The QBs are a little bit easier to deal with because it feels like we're kind of using a cheese method. It feels like that last hit from the QB didn't connect. That was interesting. I saw the particles, but I didn't see health drop. Do we have it? We have QBs. 3 more QBs. I don't know where the QBs are. There's a bunch of mice everywhere. We got a mini one here, but we don't have a regular size one. Okay, I see what those ones are. There's a mouse here, and that's it. Two enemies in the entire area, and neither of them are the ones we need. The mini one we need, but there's nothing else. I think that's the only spawn point for the mini one. I don't know if the grind is worth it now. Oh, go away, UI. There we go. This is actually kind of an alright, better area. Because at least we get the regular QB. But it's like 1 per 5 minute. Wooden key, copper stud. I would fight the cylinder, but the cylinder is probably gonna decimate me. I'm looking around desperately. It's all mice. Oh! There's a cube up there. No, never mind. It's a wedge. There's a wedge over there. Another wedge. We're being very selective for potential efficiency. I don't know how efficient this is going. They're all wedges. I think that's the last cube in existence here. Is the only cube in this entire area. The armor design is pretty cool, I have to admit. It's very, very cool. It's all brick. Small little mouse. We just need 1 more cube and then we can complete this quest. I don't know if the quest is worth it. It doesn't show what we would get as a reward, so we're kind of blind after forgetting what it was. Looking around, looking around. Cube? Cube. This is a genuine cube spawn point. We're at 1 HP. The cube will win. Oh! Silver stud, copper stud, XP. That's about it though. We're still level 10. We're 2 off. 3 HP. We made $8. We made 40. And 35. 140 bucks. That's cool. And we could dump it all right over here. For scissors. I don't know if scissors are worth it. Let me see here. There we go. If the scissors can be used for sugarcane, that'd be awesome. But there's only one. There's only one. There's only one pair of scissors. And the sugarcane has a health bar. I don't think this is it. It doesn't feel worth it. It's like a weird false hope for the grind. Items. Sugarcane. Sugarcane goes into sugar. I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know. Sugar was needed for the cookies. We needed dough. Wheat is needed. We have 40. Is it worth it? We bought 4 wheat. We make dough, bread, sugar cookie, whatever. Here we go. I don't know if we need paper. I don't think we need paper at the moment. It's 3! Okay, it's only 1. We're good. 3 into 1 dough. 1 sugar for 1 sugar. Was it worth it? DUI. 2 sugar cookies. It's worth it. It only displays 1. It's so not worth it. It's a small health boost. I don't know if it's worth it. Got more ingredients. I saw. I could make more cookies, but it doesn't feel worth it. Six total cookies. That'd be about 90 HP. 90 HP is good. Off of a price tag of 15 studs. Is sugar cookies actually the only... Why did trip? The only actual food item that's worth it? In the entire game? If so, that's really, really concerning. Aww, 30... The prices and the items are very, very scary. Everything feels very wildly different. Can I actually get a lot of resource? Inflation hit hard. That's a rough new player experience though. If you're constantly dying in a game, there's 2 paths. It's either the game's horrible design, being intentionally difficult, or it's an actual lack of skill because the game has advanced mechanics set in stone. A game like Deep Woken or Rogue Lineage is going to be a scenario where it's skill issue on the player not being able to adapt to the environment. But a game... something like perhaps the best example I've got here is a tower defense, world tower defense, where it's just artificial difficulty for the sake of trying to be difficult to prolong progression when there's actually no prolonged progression. This is rough. This is really rough around the edges. It could be a sense of skill issue, but when you're fighting a little enemy like this one, you kind of just get into the habit of going, how'd that hit? You're kind of getting into the habit of just running at it because it looks basic and simple. That's wildly advanced. That one, I will admit, is skill issue on my part. I don't think our trusty sword's gonna do much of God's work here. You also kind of need to get a better weapon. Still got the default sword. Yeah, I got default sword. We're gaming with the default sword. We finally have a wooden chest. Is it worth it? Two stone and a wooden log. Value wise, it's like 6 pennies. It's all right, but that's like for the entire area, that's one chest. I don't know about this one, Chief. I have 2 more keys, and that's the only chest I've seen for the wood variant of keys. Maybe because it's beginner, it's very, very difficult to find them.
Oh, also check your art and creation from Discord server PLS.
Okay, okay. Yeah, we're doing a morning stream. Maybe because it's a beginner area, there's not supposed to be that many. But that's kind of silly and wild. Considering this is the next area up. Jeez, that grind is brutal. Gear. Okay, let's do a little bit of an experiment. I want a sword. Let's go with, let's say, oh, that's kind of cool. There's greed. Let's say I want a sword. This one. We need 2 items. We need the blade and we need the hilt, the handle, short handle and a dagger blade. Let me get a note. Dagger blade. Was it short handle? Short handle. Are we actually gonna make a dagger? Okay, short handle. Short handle devolves into 1 stick and 1 brass. The dagger itself, however, requires 1 iron ingot. Not bad, not bad. How much damage is this before we actually make something? I lost it. Was it actually the agile one? Okay, okay. 6 damage. What is our current damage value? Our current damage value is 5. Is it worth it? I don't know if it's worth it. For an iron ingot, you need... Oh, God. You need 2 iron ore. That's not too bad. The brass is what I'm concerned about. We might need more for the brass. We need 2 copper ore and 2 zinc ore.
In my personal opinion, a steel sword or great sword would be better.
We're going dagger. Stick. 1 oak log. To make a dagger, you need 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different items. 9 items to make a sword that gives you +1 damage. Technically not a sword, but a dagger. If we go off of a sword, great sword, yeah, those would be way more worth it. Oh, with the hit registering, the dagger might be horrible then. Like even worse. You need the dagger blade, iron ingot, the iron ingot from 2 iron ore. The short handle is 1 stick from 1 oak log. The brass is 2 zinc and 2 copper. That's so much crafting. Long handle and great blade. We could probably just manipulate the numbers. Great blade, long handle. Long handle is from 2 sticks. Which isn't bad. It's not bad. And then 1 brass still. Great blade is 3 iron ingots. So now you need 6 iron ore for the 3 iron ingots. And then you get a pretty sizable damage output. That's so many items. $11 total items to make a great sword. Not too bad when comparing everything, but that's quite a hefty amount. I don't know if anyone else plays Noobs in Combat. But maybe if you do, maybe. Is it worth it? 14 damage output? What do we have currently? It's not only math. We gotta consider what we have and what we don't have. We have the copper ore here. We have 2 copper for the 1 brass. Do we have iron? We have zinc. We need 1 more zinc. I have no idea where the mine is at. I'm gonna assume the protruding hole at the beginning. We need this desperately. It's not registering. It's not registering. It's not registering. All right, here we go. I don't think the game is new player friendly. I think the game is a little bit top-sided when it comes to resources and grind. You should have a nice mining session in the cube cave, not gonna lie. Could yield you a better weapon. Oh boy. Was that the soundboard? No, not soundboard. Bum, 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 bum. Oh! There he is. I lost it. Found it. Here we go. We're in. Nice orientation. Nice orientation. Pickaxe. Is pickaxe worth? Is not worth. Is not worth. Might be worth it. Might not be worth it. The registering. Stop. There we go. We're finally in. It's not registering. It's registering. There is hope. Stone. Do we even need this? That was rock salt. I thought that was going to be iron. Is this one iron? That one's iron. That's brutal. It's not brutal, but that took a hot minute. I am clicking for my life. I need to keep a recipe up. We need so much iron. Salt, iron. We have one. 1 of 6. That's copper. We don't need copper. What are you? Salt. That one's broken. What? That one's actually broken. How did... Very good. It's very, very good. Alright, I'm ignoring that one. I need iron. This is gold, isn't it? That one's gold. That one's gold. That one's copper. That one's copper. Those are gold. There's no iron. Oh! Iron has been obtained. We need 4 more iron. Raycast issue. Raycast issue. Raycast issue? Not spawn at location? Grab from pole? Pool. My bad, not pole. Bloodstone. I need iron. That's bloodstone and rock salt, isn't it? None of this is iron. Raycast for resources is way cooler. It's definitely something. When I did my combat games, we use set locations for any of the machinery that we had, be it enemy AI or any of the spawn locations or key points of interest like King of the Hill. So when it came to map creation, I could just add the map, and then as a finalization part, I just put in the specific pieces for location spawning, have it in a folder, and then it's done. Send it, ship it, automatically detects it, and then the game does its magic in the behind. On map spawn, you'll set whatever it is depending on the game mode. And all of the spawn points are, of course, just the spawn points. Color coded and named in case it was a TDM setup. It worked pretty good. My finger is going to break eventually. Did you heard about the Borderlands movie announcement? I'm gonna be honest with you. I have no experience with Borderlands. How do I only have 3 iron? Oh my god, there's auto hit? I genuinely did not know. I've been clicking this entire time. I thought it was singular. Holy crap. There was a different Roblox game that used singular. I think I might be thinking about the pizza game. Speaking about pizza game, YouTube short of it will be up later today. In a little bit actually, I think. Yeah, I have no knowledge of Borderlands, so I wasn't aware of a movie or anything like that. I got no experience of Borderlands. It will happen. It will happen. It will happen. It's happening. It happened. 5. We need one more. Up. That's gold. I know gold could be used for like selling it. It doesn't feel worth it.
What would you choose? 1. Whatever you make, draw it can transform into a real version of the item you made, but it must exist first. 2. Can call in a portal to pull out an item from future.
What? Can call in a portal to pull out an item from the future. How can you perceive an item from the future that you are unaware of its existence? Unless you were to know of its existence of development firsthand, then you could pull it out from the future. Let's say birds evolve to have 5 clawed talon feet, you know? Instead of like 3, it's got 5. But we don't know that because we're not in the future. So we only perceive 3 taloned bird feet, you know? So if we're thinking about a ray gun from the future, we don't know how it's going to be designed. Or if we can actually obtain one. How far into the future? But it's random. It's random. Then how do we know what we've got? What if we pull out like a mutated lizard or something and we perceive it as an alien when in reality it's just a weird looking lizard? Whatever you make / draw it can transform into a real version of the item you made, but it must exist first. How exact does the drawing have to be? Let's say I draw a first edition Harry Potter book, for example, because I want to resell it for profit. How exact do I have to get it? Would it perceive it as the entire book, or would it perceive it as just the cover? Would I get the entire book, or would I just get one flimsy page? There are some holes everywhere. You know how guns are like 2 rectangles? One long rectangle and then one bottom rectangle. When like you're young and you draw. I don't know if how much artistic skill set is needed for that to work correctly. We're kind of just hopping out of bounds at the moment, because I'm blindly going about. Somehow the adventure aspect is a little bit better than the actual gameplay aspect. It's more interesting to just kind of look around. I see the issue now. There's a thing inside of the tree right there, and that dude's having a seizure over there. As for the abilities, I'd go with the drawing one. I think since drawing is a skill that can be obtained through just experience and learning, I think at some point you would be able to be really, really good and benefit from it. Bum, 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 bum. I think that's it. I think that is my playthrough. It has lasted 1 hour of my attention span. I don't think the game is worth grinding, is what it comes down to. The early game feels very, very harsh. There's no healing element and there's no actual... The grind is brutal. Maybe not brutal, but it definitely does take a portion of time. The dagger is really, really concerning. 6 damage, the 0.5, and then the length. With the hit registering that we've already got with the pickaxe, I think you are just forced to either go ranged or normal or go into something like a great sword, which is very interesting. The enemies are cool with their different attacks and abilities, but I feel like a lot of them could be interpreted as easy when they're not really easy, like the bees, for example. The silly little mining operation area was interesting as well. We weren't able to easily grab what we needed. Sure, we could. I forgot to craft a greatsword. We have all of the materials for it, I believe. 2 sticks. What do I have? We have enough? Let me see here. Sticks. Brass. We need brass. 1 brass. 3 iron ingots. Oh, wrong area. Do we have everything? 3 iron ingots. We have brass, oak log, and 2 sticks. We have everything now. Great sword blade. Long handle. Was it long handle? Yes. And then we can go into... I lost it. Heavy. Heavy greatsword has now been obtained. The grind's not too harsh. It's just finding everything is the harsh part, I suppose. Here's the greatsword. Here's the dagger. We'll check out the dagger first. Somehow the dagger is way more responsive than the normal sword, which is surprising. That is very, very surprising. It's really, really fast paced. I need to find a QB. We could go play with the cylinder. What? Cylinder. Here we go. The damage output is actually really nice. Maybe it's the cylinder being the cylinder, but the hit registering feels very, very nice as well. It's hard to see with the cylinder in the way, but that did a pretty good amount. Great sword. Does it slow us? It feels like it slows us down just a little bit. This should kill the QB. Interesting. The other 2 attacks didn't kill the QB, which was pretty silly. I now need to find a QB or something. We'll go with a wedgie. That hit. That was perfect. Why was the cube weird? Huh. That worked well against the wedge. Maybe this one? I wonder if it's right around here where it doesn't detect. We're definitely hitting around the mid, but it kind of feels like the point and the handle are the breaking part for detection. At least it seemed that way for the first QB. I don't know if that second one hit. I didn't see numbers, but it looked fine. It looked like they registered. It's a little silly. I don't know what happened with that first cube. That's what it's coming down to. This enemy seems fine. We're good. Somehow that enemy seems way easier than the bees. The bees, really easy to interpret as easy mode. But then the bees will just swarm you with a bunch of stingers. Alright, they're cool. It's definitely a very awesome attack. It's just unexpected. Wait, maybe not? I could have sworn it had a very unique attack. Alright, feels fine. Maybe it's just the very beginning of the game. It feels rough around the edges when experimenting and learning about the scenario. I will say this, health does not look worth it at all. When it comes to food items and all that, it doesn't really feel worth it. We're broke. We have $8 and a dream. It's a matter of constant death. I don't think financially spending it on food is the way to go. I could be wrong, but right now at this stage, it just feels like a rinse and repeat of dying and chipping away HP. It's kind of brutal. Oh, we have the teleporter now, however. Duke Cube has been dethroned. Cube! Final cube, and then I think we'll head out. I have finally experienced, I think, what the game has to offer. We didn't get into range weaponry, but we got to check out the armor, we got to check out some of the weapons, the crafting, the progress, and a little bit of the silliness when it comes to spawn positions. So I think that is alright. We definitely didn't get to explore everything, because there's a mushroom biome and a swamp biome. I think we are good. I know I said the QB was going to be the last one, but I'm kind of determined to kill this one. There's probably a quest that we could have grabbed in this area for killing this one, but oh well. Silver stud and a copper stud off of that enemy? It feels a little bit low. You could get those from like the weird cubes over there. At least the copper ones you can. Silver one's alright. I don't know. I thought that was going to be a special enemy like the bandit. It looked like it. Alright, let's get out of here. Cool stuff. Let's get going. Very short stream. We're ending it. We're getting out. I don't know. The beginning Windows sound effect. The beginning does feel rough. I think it's just my nature to look at a game and figure out what it has to offer at the beginning. I don't know. My experience is definitely going to be weirder than others, I would imagine, because I always try to find all the mechanics to write up a game review or to give a short showcase or something. So maybe it's just my nature to look at everything. Maybe. Let me see something. Well. We're ending. We're getting out of here. Cool stuff. Game definitely has interesting changes from the last time we played. I was surprised that the skill points were ripped out. Later game definitely gets better in my opinion. Cool stuff. Let's see here. The beginning, I don't think health is worth diving into. Prices on food items look scary. We didn't have the full idea of crafting, more of cooking for food items. Food items, cooking them could be beneficial. We didn't get into too many of them, but the sugar cookies definitely seem worth it. But it's definitely weird seeing 35 bucks for a banana. I don't know. I interpret it as a one-time use consumable, the banana. But if it's for a recipe, that recipe's got to be amazing. If the sugar cookies, if we're using it as a singular point of reference that we currently have. 15 coins to get 90 HP, that's really good. However, you do have to make the investment of 100 for the only pair of scissors. Early game, I would assume. And then there's health bars on the sugarcane, so that's wild. It's not wild, but it feels like a implementation purely for wasting time. I guess that's kind of what sums up Studlands a bit right now for me. It feels like a time waster. A good amount of the time spent with this experience was running around being very selective of what we attack for efficiency to get the quest done, to hopefully level, to hopefully gain currency, to get a footing in progression. But a lot of the spawn points were a little bit far out spaced, odd positions, or they just weren't available. Logs, for example, we had a few of them in the beginning. But then looking for like one or two more was kind of sparse and hard to do. Not completely, but going to the flower fields definitely did not yield any. The little enemies, there were one or two cubes and then the rest wedges and mice. Iron wasn't bad, the mines was alright, but having to cycle through them can be really situational. In the sense that if the player server is very, very low, so we got 3 players in total, 1 dude's in the mine and 2 are in the forest, the mines are gonna have to manually be rotated by the 1 dude. So I don't know. Map looks cool, game cool, enemies are nice, hit register is still a little bit wacky, but better. I think that's all of my thoughts on the game right now. Alright, let's get out of here. Schedule tomorrow. I'm looking at the schedule. Speaking about the schedule, I updated the time, so now it just displays the rough estimate of when streams are going to appear by UTC. And tomorrow is Deep Rock Galactic. Friday is going to be Swordburst 3. Saturday is going to be the bundle. Sunday has nothing planned, so I'll probably grab a suggestion or I'll toss something over there like Balatro once again, the poker game. Otherwise, it'll just be a Roblox game or something. I believe that is all. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys have a great morning, afternoon, or night, whatever it is in your guys' time zone, and I'll be seeing ya.